Welcome to Champlin Park High School. A rainy afternoon here, but we're going to try and get a ball game in as Northwest Suburban Conference Baseball here on CCX Sports. The Totino-Grace Eagles and the Champlin Park Rebels getting set to do battle. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox. These teams were supposed to play early last week, but it happened to be on the day that the Derek Chauvin verdict was announced, and they ended up postponing the game. And now trying to get this one in here. As you see, forecast looking like supposedly going to be getting lighter and not raining as much. So right now the plan is that they'll try and get things in. They've just pulled the tarp off and around the pitching mound and around home plate, so kind of doing a little bit of work on that. And then they will try and get to battle. Both teams actually played Saturday. It wasn't necessarily ideal weather and in that instance either. And Champlin Park went down to Rochester and beat a couple of the Rochester high schools in pretty convincing fashion to move their record up to 4-1. And Totino-Grace meanwhile got their game in on Saturday against Irondale. So spring in Minnesota, you're just never quite sure what you're going to get. We've had some beautiful days, we've had some not so beautiful days, and right now though the teams, they did go through their normal warm-ups, and obviously slick baseballs might be a little bit of an issue. Slick footing might be a little bit of an issue, but as I said, they're going to do their best to try and get this one in. You don't want to end up getting too many games stacked up, and early on in the season both these teams had difficulty getting some of their scheduled games in, so not ideal conditions, but the hope is that they will try and play as the umpires and the coaches getting their meeting going a little bit here as we get set for this one. So we'll take a timeout and come back and hopefully be ready for first pitch in just a moment or two here as Totino-Grace getting set to bat first, and Champlin Park will be in the field as we begin our Monday afternoon rainy baseball here on CCX.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
borders. Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Wet day here at Champlin Park, but we are going to get our ball game going here as Champlin Park and Totino-Grace set to do battle in Northwest Suburban Baseball here on CCX. Eagles will send up a lineup that looks like this. Stephen Golden, the catcher, will lead it off. And then batting second for Grace is Luke Siegel, the shortstop. Mason Molitor, the first baseman, hitting third. Jacob Mraz, the DH, and pitcher today hitting at fourth. Zach Haas in left field. Then Charlie Clydesdale in right, Charlie Ivansteiner at third base, Brendan Blake at second, and Connor Schusted in center field for Totino-Grace. The defensive alignment for Champlin Park, you've got Dylan Shuck at third base, Tanner Thompson is the shortstop, second baseman is Cam Hammonds, and Andrew Rocco at first base. In the outfield, Owen DeLong in left, Evan Hammonds in center, Clayton Caswell is the right fielder. Behind the plate is Sam Berg, and doing the pitching for the Rebels today is Meyer Schmitz, who was in fact scheduled to start when they played the Eagles a week ago here. The right-hander has worked 8 innings this year and allowed 7 hits, just 1 walk and 5 strikeouts, and an ERA just below 1. So Golden, the catcher, getting set to step in here. We did have a change from the first 2 ball games that we had on. Masks no longer required while on the field. They're optional while you're actually playing in the game. First pitch taken for a ball outside here by Golden, and we are underway here at Champlin Park. And knock on wood, but for at least the moment, it has stopped raining. There's a cut and a miss, and even up now at 1-1. This one lifted out to left center field. A bit of a chase, but Hammonds will get there and squeeze it for out number 1. So Golden flies to center field to begin the ball game here for Grace, and now Luke Siegel will be the hitter. I think you're going to see fielders being a little more cautious out there today. You're going to kind of make sure of your footing as best you can on balls like that. Make sure you have to kind of stutter step a little bit and just make sure you're not having the feet fly out from under you on a ball like that. Pitch taken for a ball here by Siegel, the Grace shortstop. And that one hangs up high from Schmidt, so 2-0. Besides the rain, I don't think it's as warm as was previously advertised that we might expect to see today either. Little tapper, and this one's going to be foul, and probably luckily so for the Rebels. That was going to be a tough chance to try and get an out there for either Berg, the catcher, or obviously a very long run for Schmitz. And not to mention you'd be picking up a wet baseball there. So Siegel still alive at the plate after that foul tap.
Hey, you got 2.
And that one is in the dirt, so 3-1 here. Siegel trying to get aboard here with nobody on base and 1 out in the top of the first. That one at the knees for a strike, and the count now running full. Little tapper to the left side. A throw on the run is going to be wide, and Siegel will dig in for second, and he is aboard at second base. Tough opportunity there for Schuck, but I guess you have to call it an error. And so a runner at second with 1 gone for Grace, and Mason Molitor will be the hitter. Those are the kind of plays I was talking about. You had to come in on a slow roller and then pick up this wet ball. And it was going to be a bang-bang play even if the throw had been perfect, but obviously it was offline. And Siegel, he almost lost his wheels when he turned to go to second as well there, but was still able to get there with no problem. So here's Molitor stepping in. Takes a first pitch over the outside corner for a strike. Breaking ball and a nice one, and it's 0-2. Schmitz coming back with a couple of nice pitches after seeing Siegel reach on the air. Fouled out of play down the left field side. And a cut and a miss. Off speed pitch there, and Molitor down on strikes for out number 2. So Schmitz coming up with a good sequence of pitches against the number 3 hitter in the Grace lineup and ends up getting him here. You can see Molitor's timing a little off on that one as he took something off. So Jacob Mraz will be the batter now for Totino-Grace with a runner at second and 2 gone. That one will get away, and it's to the screen. Siegel taking a look. And he'll hang on at third as it took a moment for Berg to find that one. And that one fouled at the plate. Schmitz, you can see, is having trouble with getting some dirt in his cleats on trying to keep those clean as possible here. So 1-1 count here to Mraz with a runner at third and 2 gone. Already a kind of a key at bat here early in this game. Tapper fouled on the third base side. So we'll see if Schmitz can work out of trouble here. And that one hits him. Came with the curveball, and Mraz just took it in the back. And so now runners at the corners with 2 outs, and Zach Haas will be the batter. Obviously not what Schmitz was hoping for there. And that one is in the dirt, and it might score the first run of the game, and it will. So a wild pitch there, and Siegel comes in to score. Mraz down to second, and it's 1-0 to Totino-Grace. And you see Schmitz, frustrated, got a little build up on the cleats there. As we said, that's probably going to be an issue for both pitchers here for a little bit today, but there's a strike, and it's 1-1 now to Haas. So the Eagles run without the benefit of a hit as they got a throwing error and then a couple of wild pitches to bring Siegel around. And that one is inside, 2-1. See, Schmitz, he's definitely had some good pitches, but it feels like he's had a little trouble just getting into a rhythm. And again, not surprising with the wet conditions. Ooh, nice stop there as that one nearly got past Berg again. Backhanded it. That one's over for a strike, so now 3-2 here to Haas. Schmitz trying to get out of this inning with no further damage done here. And a swing and a miss. All dropped. They'll throw to first, though, and get the out. I thought for a moment possibly it had been fouled, but nobody reacted that way on the field. So it's a strikeout and then 2-3 on the putout. The Eagles in the first get 1 run, no base hits. There was 1 error and 1 left aboard. So after a half an inning, it is Eagles 1 and Champlin Park getting set to come up for the first time here. Champlin Park trying to get the sticks going here as the things have lightened up considerably. The sun even trying to peek out a little bit here. as the Eagles take their warm-ups. Both teams, as I said, did do their regular warm-ups on the field, but obviously on a wet day like this, you want to get another opportunity to get things done. Sam Berg is going to lead it off for Champlin Park. And then it'll be the shortstop Tanner Thompson. Andrew Rocco has had a good start to the season with the bat. Then the DH Jamie Grindle, Dylan Schuck, the third baseman, Evan Hammonds, the center fielder, Owen DeLong in left, Clayton Caswell in right, and Cameron Hammonds, the second baseman in the 9 slot. And again, they've got a DH hitting for their pitcher. And then for Totino-Grace on the defensive alignment, it's Ivan Steiner at third base, Siegel at short, Blake at second, Molitor at first base, Haas, Schusted, Clydesdale in the outfield, Golden the catcher, and then the righty Jacob Mraz on the hill for Mike Smith and the Eagles here today. Champlin Park has had a pretty good start offensively. They were in double figures in both their wins on Saturday, and they had an 8-run game against Centennial the first week and scored 4 against Spring Lake Park. They were shut out by a very good Wayzata team, 2-0, but all in all, offensively have been relatively good here in the early going. And that would include this guy. Berg is hitting .421 coming in. Starts him with a strike. Tapper here, it gets past Mraz and hits the back of the mound, and a nice throw on the run. That's not a real easy play here on a day like this, but Siegel did a nice job getting to that ball and throwing Berg out. After it got by Mraz's glove, it just kind of flattened out as it hit the back of the mound there, and Siegel got a nice break on this one and ends up getting him by a step. So a nice play there. Tanner Thompson, the batter now for Champlin Park. Sitting at .231 early this season. Squared as if to bunt, takes it instead for a ball. Not a bad idea. Try and get those corner infielders moving a little bit and just kind of see where things are at. Look like a change up there that's in the dirt. So 2-0.
After this pitch, we'll take a look at the pitching motion of the pitcher, just kind of show us mechanics.
There's a strike. So 2-1 now to Tanner Thompson. Get a look at Mraz. Delivery there. Sliced foul down the right field line by Thompson now. So 2-2. if we can stay like this the rest of the game, the conditions are not terrible. I have to admit, 20-25 minutes before the game, I thought to myself, gosh, are they really going to try and get this one in? But right now looking a little bit better. Protecting the plate there. Thompson fouls it back and out of play. Left that one up and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes now to Thompson. Throw back getting away, so then Mraz and his infielders trying to do their best to dry that ball off a little bit. Hard hit ball into right field, and that will be a base hit. So Thompson wins the battle there as he and Mraz locked horns, and Thompson able to smack a line drive between the second baseman and first baseman, and he'll have himself a 1-out single here, and Andrew Rocco will be the batter. Just went with that pitch and drove it nicely into right. Rocco is hitting .476 and also 5 doubles already, so he has been a tough out so far for Rebels opponents. Thompson bluffed going there, and Golden went ahead with that throw as he heard the going call from his team. Pitch was a ball, so 1-0. That one misses. 2-0. Fire over there to first. Pitch up a little bit. I think Golden held it in place. I think he was convinced that was a strike and wanted to know where it was. 3-0. Taken all the way there, so 3-1. Interesting to see if they consider starting Thompson from first here. Not going, and the pitch is high and away, and Rocco will take a walk. So first and second, 1 out now for the Rebels, and Grindle will be the batter, their designated hitter. Golden out for a little chat with Mraz, who, like Schmitz, has kind of seemed to have a little trouble getting in a groove here, throwing strikes in this first inning. Got the first hitter and then a single by Thompson on a 3-2 pitch, and then he walks Rocco. Takes first pitch down low for ball 1. Grindle hitting at .286 so far. Lifted to right field down the line, hit pretty well, and it's foul, and not able to haul it in out there was Clydesdale. So gave that one a pretty long ride. It ends up being about 7 or 8 feet foul. Ball carried a little more than I was expecting there, so Grindle showing a little pop, but ends up with a long foul. Keeping dry baseballs in play is going to be a challenge, obviously, today for the umpires and players. This isn't, you know, the major leagues where you've got an unlimited supply to just keep on working in a new baseball anytime it might be the slightest bit wet. This one driven foul and out of play down the right field side by Grindle. So 1-2 count. Ooh, nice breaking ball, and it's called third strike. Thompson will head over to third as the throw went to first. It is a strikeout for out number 2, but maybe a little bit of a mistake there by the Eagles. They try to throw behind the runner at first, and they allow Thompson to get over to third. Although I guess if he gets him there, which he almost did, that is not a mistake. He had a good look and he almost threw him out, but it does allow Thompson to go over to third. So Dylan Shuck, the batter now for Champlin Park. 2 outs, runners now at the corners. That one is over for a strike. Shuck struggling a little bit early on, obviously limited sample size still, but hitting 176. Line down the right field line, but foul. That previous play was an interesting one because we had, you know, the called third strike taken, then we nearly had Totino-Grace turning it into a double play as Golden firing behind the runner at first, but then alertly Tanner Thompson getting over to third. I mean, if you're not ready for that, if you're not watching closely, you know, maybe get a little caught off guard and don't go there. But he did a good job to pick up third. 0-2 to Shuck as Mraz tries to get out of trouble here. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive. Another 0-2 pitch coming up here. Shuck would love to try and put something in play at least and try and bring this run in. Oh, and instead it's a called third strike. Mraz coming back with back-to-back called third strikes to get out of trouble in the first. So for Champlin Park, no runs, 1 hit, no Eagles errors, and they leave 2. We've played 1 inning complete here at Champlin Park. It is Totino-Grace 1, Champlin Park 0.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Welcome back here to Champlin Park High School. A chilly and earlier rainy afternoon, although right now anyway it does not seem to be falling anymore. There's Meyer Schmitz, the Champlin Park starter. Gave up a run in the first inning, an unearned run as it turned out, and a runner aboard on a throwing error. And obviously, as we've been talking about, ball going to be a little slick And hand's a little cold here today, but again, not terribly unusual. See, Schmitz has got one of those little hand warmers that he's been making good use of. Charlie Clydesdale, Charlie Eibensteiner, and Brennan Blake, the 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up here for Totino-Grace. First pitch taken for a ball here for the Eagles right fielder. Lifting this one up, and it's going to get out of play. Been some upgrades here to this Champlin Park facility over the last few years. Lights being number one, and they have those actually turned on right now. But also, you know, concrete pad all around behind home plate, and kind of spiffing things up here little by little. That one is outside for a ball. Look at some of the field upgrades here. This one popped foul. This one might stay in play perhaps. Nope, not quite. As drifting over there for a look was Rocco, and ended up just on the other side of that fence there where the fans are sitting watching.
Here you go, Charlie!
2-2 pitch coming up here from Schmitz. Nice breaking ball, and catches him looking. So his third strikeout as well. Mraz came back with back-to-back called third strikes to get out of the bottom of the first. And now Charlie Eibensteiner will bat. Another look at this one. Whew, nice downward break. And you could see the hitter, Charlie Clydesdale, there just kind of locked up, and he had no complaint. He knew that one was a strike. Taken for a ball there. I was talking about in one of the earlier games I did, the fact that we didn't have a season last year means very limited charts on any of these guys, you know, on the varsity from a year ago. Knocked down to short, and strong throw across in time from Thompson for out number 2. Or I shouldn't say limited, obviously no charts from a year ago, but in terms of any returning players, it would have had to have been somebody who played regularly as a sophomore to really show up in any of the. So I think less known about each of the opponents, but it's the same for everybody. So Brennan Blake now the hitter for Totino-Grace, and squared around, and that one taken inside for a ball. I think some teams use that a little more than others as well. You know, being super concerned about spray charts from, you know, the previous game and things like that. And down to first, Rocco fielding that one, no problem. And the Eagles are done in the second. No runs, no hits, and no one left on base. We go to the bottom of 2 here on CCX. Still 1-0 Totino-Grace.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
And welcome back here to Totino-Grace facing Champlin Park. We are at Champlin Park High School. You see it was raining earlier. I got umbrellas and blankets, obviously important for these cold weather games as well here. Evan Hammonds, Owen DeLong, and Clayton Caswell, the 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up here for Champlin Park as we go to the bottom half of inning number 2. And Totino-Grace starter Mraz got into a little bit of a jam there as he gave up a single and then a walk in the first, but came back with back-to-back strikeouts, both of them called third strikes, to get out of trouble here. So kind of boost his confidence a little bit there for sure. So Evan Hammond's getting set to step in, hitting at 236 so far this year, and kind of cool to see both the Hammonds brothers, really good football players, and in their lineup as baseball players as well. You don't see as much of that as you used to. People excelling in multiple sports on the high school level, but it's kind of fun to see. First pitch just up and out of the zone here. 1-0. That one is over the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Smack to short. And Siegel able to throw him out. Hammonds is quick, but Siegel getting the job done there. As we said, you don't have a lot of time to, try and get that baseball gripped as much as you'd like on a wet day like this, especially with a guy like Hammonds running, and he just gets him at first. So DeLong will be the batter here, and I think Siegel, they might be getting a little kidding about that, like, hey, we better get rid of that one quicker against a speedy runner like that. It looked like a routine play, but as you said, Hammonds can motor pretty good and made that one a very close play at first. Owen DeLong isn't had many at-bats, but he's been good so far. His .667 average as he's just coming back into their lineup here, and I believe 2 for 3 is his total. Ooh, nice breaking ball there, and it's 0-2. Boy, it's interesting. Both pitchers just seemed a lot more comfortable coming out for the second inning than they did the first. To third, that's a fair ball. Long throw required, and it's going to be safe at first as DeLong will get there. Again, not a particularly easy play, but I guess you got to call that one an error. Ivan Stenner backing up on that one, and then he kind of looped this throw, and Molitor trying to slap the tag on as he caught that one, but he didn't get him. So E5. Caswell will be the hitter as DeLong aboard at first and 1 out. Caswell hitting at .333 in the early going this season. And takes that one for a ball. In the dirt, and runner is going to try to move up. Here's the throw down. Not in time. Well, it might have been in time, but it was not held on to as DeLong's slide helped to jar that ball loose. Pretty good job to pounce on this one here by Golden. And then he got a strong throw away, and I think had it been held on to, he was getting ready to ring him up there. But instead, safe as the ball gets jarred loose. So now runner in scoring position, 1 out. Even though you don't end up getting him right there for Golden, I think gives him confidence. Ooh, a hard one hopper to short. Siegel up with it and throws him out at first for out number 2. He made that one look a little easier than it really was, as that one short hopped him. Umpires coming together here. And he is out at first base. To be honest, I didn't see if there was a thought that maybe he pulled his foot off the bag on that one, but umpires conferring a little bit, and they stick with the out call there. So Cameron Hammonds will be the batter now for Champlin Park, with DeLong now over at third, advancing on that one hopper. Good read by him, too, to realize that Siegel did not catch it on the fly there. There's a cut and a miss by Hammonds. So Rebels were in a similar spot in the first where they got a runner to third, but then ended up stranding him. Trying to avoid that fate here. There's a strike on a slow curveball. So 0-2. Again, Hammonds, like his brother, runs pretty well here. So if you put something on the ground, they might slow down on the grass and give him a chance. This one fouled back and out of play. Oh, and there's somebody driving by in a student driver car there. I'm thinking, oh, just what you need when you're just learning to drive is to take a foul ball on the windshield or something, but didn't happen, at least right there. Another 0-2 coming from Mraz. And that one hung up high. 1-2. And here's a liner over the shortstop's head and into left center for a base hit. Champlin Park is on the board as DeLong will come in, and the number 9 hitter Cam Hammonds delivering with an RBI single here for Champlin Park. Got that one up and over Siegel, where he had no shot at this one here, as a breaking ball hung out over the plate, and nice job depositing that one. You could see it kicked up a puddle or two along the way into the outfield there, but so we are now evened up at 1 run apiece, and Sam Berg will be the hitter here as we turn over to the top of the order for Champlin Park. And again, Hammond's pretty good speed down there at first base. We'll see if they might have interest in trying to get him running. Fastball taken for a strike. Going to come to first with that one and chase Hammond's back. Berg bounced to short his first time up. Hammond's a decent lead, but not enormous. Fastball is up high there. Saw a moment ago Golden threw very well on a ball in the dirt, and it would have been an out and a caught stealing, except they weren't able to hang on as the runner sliding right into the tag. So that one probably caught Champlin Park's attention a little bit too, in terms of, you know, do we want to run or not? We're seeing that their catcher can throw. And typically in the Northwest Suburban, you're generally going to have, I mean, not everybody has a great catcher, but you're generally going to have pretty competent backstops in there. 2-1. He is running this time, and Berg fouls it out of play. So now going to be at 2-2, and then the question becomes: you had your runner, you know, running hard all the way to second. Can he get regrouped in time to go again if you want him to here? Stays put, and a foul tip held on to there by Golden, and Berg is out on strikes here, and the Rebels are done in the second. They do, however, tie it up. 1 run, 1 base hit. There was 1 Totino-Grace error and 1 left aboard. So 2 full here at Champlin Park. It is 1-1, the Eagles and the Rebels.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You'll also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
A little cool and windy, but the rain has stopped for now. Sun even peeking out here as we go to inning number 3 here on CCX Sports. Totino-Grace and Champlin Park tied up at a run apiece here through 2. The 9-1-2 hitters coming up for Grace here in this top of the 3rd. Schusted, Golden, and Siegel to face Meyer Schmitz, the Champlin Park right-hander. Schmitz allowed a run in the 1st inning after a runner reached on an error, and he also hit a batter, but then had a quick 1-2-3 2nd inning. By the way, Connor Schusted, our first batter, one of the candidates for our first plays of the week of the spring season. Go to ccxmedia.org to vote for that if you'd like, as he had a diving catch earlier Grace game. And there's a look. Schusted, a good football player as well for Totino-Grace. So here we go in the top of the 3rd, and first pitch over for a strike here to Schusted. Ooh, nice breaking ball there, and it's 0-2. Schmitz, you could see it in that 2nd inning. It felt like just had a little more sharper bite to that breaking ball. That one's in the dirt, and it's 1-2. He was kind of harnessing it a little bit better. I think we're probably getting a little bit easier to keep the ball dry as we go here. The rain stopped, I think, right around the start of the game. And a foul tip held on to, and Schusted is out on strike. So strikeout number 4 already for Schmitz. And the top of the order now for Grace as Golden comes up. You see Schusted protecting here, and he did get a little teeny piece of it, but Berg holding on. So Golden will step in now for Totino-Grace. He flied to center field to start the ball game here. That went out high and away from Schmitz. Just missed there, and it's 2-0. Well, in the 1st inning, you kind of had the feeling that both pitchers were, struggling a little bit and maybe wouldn't go terribly deep into this game, but they both seem to have kind of gotten settled in a lot more. Popped up here. And sticking with it for the grab there is Thompson for out number 2. When the game was just going to start, you were thinking about having to deal with the rain on a ball like that and the wind a little bit. Well, now you have the wind still to deal with, but instead of rain, maybe the sun a little bit to think about on that ball, but didn't seem to have any trouble. Here's Luke Siegel, who scored the only run of the game for Grace after reaching on an error. Ooh, and then he's hit by a pitch. That's the 2nd batter that Meyer Schmitz has plunked today. So a runner with 2 outs here for Grace, and Mason Molitor will be the batter. Another look at this one is coming in on him. Molitor thought about it, but lays off, and it's up high 1-0. See, Molitor fanned his first time up, has an opportunity here with a runner on and 2 outs to if not score him, at least keep the inning going. Runner is going, and this one smacked into right field for a base hit. Siegel going to make the turn, and he'll be in at third. So Molitor stroking it nicely, a single to right. And so runners at the corners now for Totino-Grace. Get a little hit and run going, and Champlin Park did not hit the cutoff here, but it didn't end up costing him. That ball, you want to keep that ball down a little bit to at least make the runner think that you might cut it off, but didn't end up hurting him. Mraz will be the hitter. RBI opportunity here. Missed inside with that one. It's 1-0. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. Foul tip there, and it's 1-1. Sometimes in this spot you might think about running from first. I don't think Molitor is probably one of their quicker guys, though, and you don't really want to risk getting thrown out at second, but still not out of the question. There's a strike. 1-2 now as Schmidt's trying to work out of a little trouble. He started the inning by getting the first two hitters on a strikeout and a pop-up, but then hit Siegel, and Molitor then lining a single to right to put runners at the corners here, but now 1-2 to Mraz. Breaking ball and a called third strike as Schmitz comes up with another big pitch, and Mraz caught looking. So in the third for Grace, no runs, one hit, no errors, and they leave a couple. We go to the bottom half of the third here on CCX. It remains 1-1, Eagles and Rebels.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back here. Everybody trying to stay warm, and once the rain stopped, that certainly helped. 1-1 our score as we head to the bottom of the third. Jay Wilcox with you here. Thanks for joining us for high school baseball on CCX, our third baseball telecast of the season so far. We had Armstrong Andover and then Osseo Maple Grove. Tanner Thompson, Andrew Rocco, and Jamie Grindle, the 2-3-4 hitters coming up for Champlin Park in the third. And I hadn't really mentioned it earlier, Ryan Tome is the head coach now for the Rebels, and he was hired last year, but of course found out that there wasn't going to be a season right before we got started. So the opportunity to actually coach a team in games came for the first time this year. So Ryan excited about that opportunity. Been around the program at a younger level, and also a football and basketball assistant. Fouled out of play here by Tanner Thompson. Thompson had a single his first time up here for the Rebels, so 1 for 1 here today. Breaking ball in the dirt there. I'd say obviously things could change again, but right now a good call by these coaches and umpires to try and get this game started. As I mentioned a little bit before the game, it was kind of seeming iffy. It was still raining pretty good. There's a bunt drop down, and this is going to be a tough play. Throw to first in time. Golden able to throw it on the run there, or getting it to Blake covering. That was a heck of a play defensively. I didn't think there was much chance they were going to get him on this good bunt. This is a difficult throw, too, to a moving target when you've got the second baseman covering. Kind of an unorthodox way that Golden threw this one. He didn't set at all. He just kind of pushed it forward as soon as he grabbed it. Oh, that's a close play. So Rocco will be the batter here. He takes a strike. He walked his first time up. And to say that, you know, these teams looking to get this one in, and it didn't seem like it was maybe the greatest idea in the world to start when we did, but right now things looking a lot better. Both coaches were talking about too how they've not necessarily guessed right this year on how things are going to go in that regard in terms of practices too. Mike Smith, the Grace coach, said he, you know, had to move things indoors even 15-20 minutes before they were scheduled to start. And the throw to first is in time, so Rocco is out. 2 gone here in the third. And Grindle will be the batter now for Champlin Park. Grindle took a called third strike his first time up. Taken down low for ball 1. Cut and a miss at that one. So 2-1 now to Grindle, trying to keep the inning alive here for Champlin Park. They have not gone 1-2-3 in either of the first 2 innings, but Mraz trying to change that. And this one fouled away, and it's now 2-2. Knocked down to short. Siegel to the edge of the grass, throwing on the run, and his throw is high. And so Grindle will be aboard. Siegel's played well here today, but that time didn't get his feet set and misfired on the throw. So E6, and Shuck will be the batter. Kind of chased one up and out of the zone, it looked like a little bit. Siegel's had some other plays that were probably a little easier than that one, but unable to put that throw on target. So they have a pinch runner, it looks like, here for Champlin Park. Zach Shelby will run at first base, and it is not a courtesy runner situation. Shuck took a called third strike his first time up. Wind kicking up quite a bit here in this third inning now. Blaze off that high fastball, and it's 1-0. Shelby, I'm making an assumption here, but when you pinch run somebody, you probably figure that somebody who can run a little bit here, so keep our eye on him over there. There's a rip and a miss by Shuck. Cut and a miss, and Mraz one pitch away from getting out of it here. Slice foul and out of play down the right field line. See if they might think about starting Shelby down here with this 1-2 count. No, he stays put. Pitch way up high and out of the zone. 2-2. Man, a breaking ball called third strike. So Shuck out on strikes. Called for the second time here in the game. So the Rebels done in the third. No runs, no hits. There was one Eagles error and one left on base. We've completed 3 innings here at Champlin Park High School. Rebels and Eagles tied up at a run apiece. We head to inning number 4 here on a windy and cool afternoon, but no longer raining. That's the good news. As before the game started, we had fairly steady rain falling, but it stayed dry. I think pretty much maybe the top of the first had a little bit of rain still coming, but after that we dried out, and the sun's actually peeking out here. And I wouldn't say it's ideal baseball weather, but definitely playable. Zach Haas stepping in here for Totino-Grace to lead off the 4th, and Meyer Schmidt's way outside with that one. Zach, a strikeout victim his first time up. 5 Ks through 3 innings for Schmidt. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. To second, Hammond's up with it and flips it over for the out here, and 1 gone in the 4th. There's a look at Mike Smith, the Eagles coach and also the activities director for Totino-Grace. Charlie Clydesdale will be the batter now for the Eagles. He took a called third strike his first time up, and that one is over for a strike. Schmitz has found his spot pretty well. He comes with that hard breaking ball on the inner part of the plate to these right-hand hitters. Now the problem is that if he gets a little bit inside, he's hit a couple of batters, but it's a difficult pitch to hit if he puts it in exactly the spot he wants. Kind of in on their hands, but over that inner part of the plate. And there's strike 2. It sounds simple, but boy, when you're putting the ball in the spot that you're looking to go to as a pitcher, I mean, you'll take the results from there. Sometimes they're going to hit them, but if you're throwing the ball the way you want to and the way your catcher wants it, that's half the battle or more. Now, how a hitter reacts to that can be, one thing, but And there's a swing and a miss and down on strikes. So Schmitz continues to shine here, and 2 gone, and Charlie Eibensteiner will be the batter. Another look at that sharp breaking ball again, and that's what getting ahead in the count can do for you too. A hitter kind of feels like he's got to be protecting there. Little tapper back to Schmitz. He bobbles it briefly, but then throws him out at first base, and he has his second 1-2-3 inning of the game. For the Eagles in the 4th, no runs, no hits, and no one left on. We head to the bottom of the 4th. We remain tied up at a run apiece here on CCX.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Look at the line score there. Grace getting a run in the top of the 1st. Champlin Park one in the bottom of the 2nd. So we stay tied up at a run apiece here on CCX Sports. For Champlin Park, they will have the 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up in the bottom of the 4th here against Mraz, the right-handed starter for Totino-Grace. So Evan Hammond's getting set to lead things off. Hammond's bounced to short his first time up. Be interesting to see, where these pitchers wind up as far as how long into the game they'll be able to go here, and with what kind of pitch count they'll be looking at. And I didn't like the odds of either one getting real deep into the game based on the first inning. But again, they seem to have settled down, gotten a little more able to throw strikes. Well, as I say that one's not close. You see nearly 60 pitches now from Raz. So lifted to short center, or right center here anyway. And that one, the wind really getting into that one a bit, and Schusted, that turned into a longer run than I think he was expecting, or I was expecting. And as it turned out, he had to bump his right fielder a little bit on that one, but stayed with it and makes the catch. There's no doubt that the wind had a lot to do with how far this one kept on drifting. It's blowing over toward right. And now DeLong will be the batter here for Champlin Park. You see he scored their run, their only run of the game so far after reaching on an error. Takes a strike here. And a little flare down the right field line. This one is going to fall in for a hit. So well placed by DeLong there, as he didn't exactly crush it, but he put it in a spot where really kind of that little triangle area between first baseman, second baseman, and right fielder, and it just drops in fair. So one out base runner here for the Rebels, and Caswell will be the batter. Another look at it there. Boy, it was not fair by much, but umpire obviously had a good look, and it was maybe a few inches fair there for DeLong, and Caswell will be the hitter. Looks at ball one. He grounded to short his first time up. So Champlin Park's had runners in every inning. Had a couple of runners in the first and second innings. And then last inning, a 2-out error allowed a base runner, but Mraz then came back with a strikeout. And in fact, he's ended all of the first 3 innings with strikeouts. So nice way to be able to get out of trouble if you've got an out pitch to go to. Throw down to first, and DeLong is back in. The count, though, 3-0. Mraz has only walked 1, but has at times had a little bit of trouble with control. And that one is right over the plate for a strike, as Caswell was taking all the way there. Here comes a 3-1 offering. And that one is going to get through, and nobody covering first, so it'll be a base hit. He snuck it by Molitor and then fielded nicely, but no one to throw to there for Blake. And I guess you'd have to say that's really on the pitcher. He's got to be getting over there to cover. He thought Molitor was going to come up with it, but that's kind of why you don't assume on that, so it'll have to be a base hit. First and second now, 1 out, and Cam Hammonds will be the batter. There's a strike. Not that that was going to be an easy play for Mraz to get there, but I'm sure his coach and pitching coach will have a little word from him about you got to be getting there to cover on that. Breaking ball hangs way up high there, and it's 1-1, and I'm wondering if Golden might have been crossed up a little bit there as he quickly came out to talk to Mraz. I don't think that was the pitch he was expecting. A lot of times when you get a runner to second too, you'll be changing up indicator or signal, so just want to make sure they're on the same page here. 1-1 count to Hammonds, who had a single to knock in the Rebels' first run, and trying to do it again here. Pops this one up. Infield fly rule was called, and the catch made there by the shortstop Siegel for out number 2. And now Sam Berg will be the batter for Champlin Park. It was a very long run for Siegel. Obviously, more often than not, you try not to have the pitcher field those kind of balls, although it's a lot more common in high school than you might see at the major league level to let a pitcher catch that ball. But Mraz just got out of the way, but Siegel had to charge in for it. Berg 0 for 2, but it's in a good spot here with first and second, 2 outs. Going to be a throw down to first. And ball not held, as it was kind of into the runner there. Golden showing an ability to and a willingness to throw that ball. The second time that he's thrown to first with runners at first and second. The previous time the lead runner advanced, that time not so. Taken for ball 2. There's a strike. So 2-1. Both pitchers, Mraz in particular, shown an ability to kind of work out of trouble. He's trying to do so again here in the 4th. Fouled out of play down the right field side. Well, as I said, he's ended each of the first 3 innings with runners on base by striking out a hitter for the 3rd out. Can he do it again here in the 4th? Not on that one. Way up high. 3-2 now to Sam Berg. Good to see the runners getting started here with a full count and 2 outs. Give him a better jump to try and score if he's able to deliver a base hit. And fouled out of play down the right field side again by Berg. Another full count. Now he's going to throw to first. And back in safely is Caswell. Molitor sneaking in behind him there. Not a bad idea when you know a runner is going to be taking off with the pitch. However, if you throw that ball away there, then it doesn't look so good. But full count here to Berg. Taps it foul. Might have swung at ball 4 there, but not going to take chances when you're in that spot, so protecting the plate. Here we go again, full count, 2-out pitch. And driven out to right center field and hit well. Too long of a run, and that will score a pair here as Berg digging into second and now heading to third. Here comes the throw over to third, and he will be in with a 2-run triple. Sam Berg driving it to right center field, and that's the way the wind's blowing too, so a good spot to go to put that ball, and Berg didn't get all of it, but he certainly got enough to drive it in a spot where it wasn't going to be caught. It stays in the park, but it winds up to be a 2-run triple for Berg. And again, obviously with 2 outs, those runners didn't have to worry at all about the ball being caught. They could just get off and go, and they score easily. Cameron Stover running as a courtesy runner down at third now for Champlin Park for the catcher. So Berg, a big hit there, drives in a pair. Stover running for him. Tanner Thompson is the batter. Thompson takes a first pitch strike. He is 1 for 2 today. Close with that one, but it's a ball, 1-1. Thompson had a bunt in the third that I thought for sure he was going to beat out, but a nice play by the catcher Golden to get him at first. Rip and a miss. Here's one where the Rebels, I mean, yeah, they've already taken the lead, but you got that guy at third. You'd like to be greedy here and get another one. If Thompson can drive him home. Oof, sharp breaking ball there. He laid off that one and it's in the dirt. That one had a lot of bite to it, but good eye by Thompson to lay off. So 2-2 now. Lifted up down the right field side. Molitor looks like he might have a chance, but not able to haul it in. So Thompson's still alive. Those are tough ones over your head like that, but looked like Molitor, and he was disappointed. He thought he should have had it, but see him fighting that wind a little bit, reaching, and just couldn't quite get there. So Thompson still alive now. Another 2-2 offering coming. Oh, and he hacks that one up around his shoulders there and fights it off to stay alive. All right, looks like we got a good ball in there again. So 2-2 count to Thompson. Breaking ball, drilled to center, and a diving try. It's down for a hit, and a run scores. Good effort by Schusted, but he's not quite able to get it. And Thompson will drive in a run with a single to center field. Make it 4-1 Champlin Park. Second hit the game for Thompson. And Rocco will be the hitter. See this good effort out there, but obviously just too hard to get. A good thing though is that it at least knocked it down. So Rocco the batter now for the Rebels. And he hits this one pretty decently into right center. Diving try there, will not be able to come up with it. Rocco now heading for second, and he will make it. Hanging on at third is Thompson. And so a double for Rocco. 3 straight hits here for the Rebels. And Totino-Grace going to be conference time, and see if maybe Mraz will be lifted here. Giving up hits now to 5 of the last 6 batters. Although it does not, the early indication does not look like they plan to take him out. He's been battling, he's pitched pretty well. You see a little activity out there in the pen. Looks like Lucas Reef out there throwing a little bit for the Eagles. So they are going to stick with Mraz. There'll be runners at second and third, 2 outs. 3 runs already in the inning for Champlin Park. And they've got their cleanup hitter up. So things trending well for the Rebels right here, and Grindle could really break it open if he was able to come through with another hit. Grindle lifting one up into right field, and this one a little tricky in the wind, but Clydesdale stays with it. So Grindle out on 1 pitch, but it's a great inning here for Champlin Park as they come up with 3 runs in the inning on 5 base hits. No errors and a couple left aboard here. So we've played 4 full, and Champlin Park surging into the lead now, 4-1 Rebels.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome back here to Champlin Park High School. We head to inning number 5 here. Champlin Park with a 3-run 4th to pull ahead of Totino-Grace now 4-1. Meyer Schmitz completing his warm-up tosses here for Champlin Park. Totino-Grace has the 8, 9, and 1 hitters due here. So Blake, Schusted, and Golden will be getting set to bat here. Schmitz has been pretty impressive here today. Just 1 hit allowed. He's hit a couple of batters, but and he's got 6 strikeouts through the first 4 innings. He's worked a couple of 1, 2, 3 innings, the second and fourth. So the odd numbered innings have been not as good of ones for him. Blake, the first hitter, bounced to first base his first time up. Takes a first pitch strike, and here's the 0-1. Schmidt's got to be feeling good now, protecting a lead. Doesn't mean you let up or anything like that, but a little bit of a cushion to work with now after being involved in a tie game for several innings. And that one's going to be a base hit, as Brennan Blake driving it over the second baseman Hammonds, and he'll be in at first with a single here to start the fifth for the Eagles, and Connor Schustad now will bat. Schustad had a strikeout in his first at bat. Throw to first. I'm going to say a pretty good sized lead over there for Blake. Just by looking at how he gets to the lead and everything, you get the feeling he might be a pretty good base runner. Down by 3, though, you want to be a little bit cautious. Rip and a miss there by Schustad. Certainly with the 9-hitter up, if we had still been at 1-1, you might be thinking sacrifice or hit and run, things like that. But when we get into the 5th now and you're down 3, I think the options become a little bit more limited. Well, he does square around and drops down a bunt. I was wrong. Here's the throw to first. Just got him there. Berg coming up throwing and gets Schustad on a pretty close play. And again, it was in a spot where he had to thread the needle there, throwing, make sure you don't hit that runner. He does move Blake up, so Golden will be the batter now for Grace. You do move the runner up there, but if you're the Rebels, considering the inning we're in and the score, they're, I think, more than happy to trade it out for that runner moving up a base. Golden, the batter, and that one's going to be in the dirt. Blake will advance to third, so Schmitz with his third wild pitch of the game. In the first inning is when he had his most trouble on pitches like that. So now runner to third with 1 out. Golden, a fly to center and a pop to short, but an RBI opportunity here for him. Takes that one inside. If you're the Eagles here, you're kind of thinking 1 run at a time. You don't necessarily need to get them all back right now, but just put together good at-bats in succession and see what happens from there. And 3-0 count here now to Golden, as Schmitz had been seemingly sailing along pretty good, but now running into a little trouble here in the 5th. Popped up. This one might be playable. Looks like it will be, and Schuck over to get it in foul ground. That's a big out for Schmitz and the Rebels right there, as Golden fouls out to the third baseman, and now 2 gone, and Luke Siegel will step up here for Totino-Grace. That one right in front of the Rebels dugout too, so they could give their third baseman a little guidance that he had plenty of room there. First pitch taken for a ball. Siegel has been on twice, although no hits. He reached on an error and then got hit by a pitch. There's a look at Schuck. A nice job finding that one right away and getting to it. That one missing, and it's 2-0. And this one flied out to right center, and it's going to be the right fielder hauling it in there, as Siegel flies to right here to end the top of the 5th. No runs, 1 base hit, no Rebels errors, and a runner stranded at third for the Eagles as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Champlin Park 4, Totino-Grace 1. Champlin Park putting 3 on the board the last time they were up in the bottom of the 4th to take a 4-1 lead here over Totino-Grace. And the Rebels will have their 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up here in the bottom half of the 5th. And Mraz is still on the mound here to begin this 5th inning. He had kind of a rocky 4th. He got the first hitter and then single, and a pop to short. So things were still looking pretty good there as he had 2 on and 2 out. But then the big blow, a 2-run triple by Sam Berg, and then Tanner Thompson, a sinking liner to drive Berg in. And then Narako followed with a double as well, but then got out of the inning on a fly ball to right. So certainly Mraz, they got to him a little bit in that 4th, but overall has pitched a pretty good game. So Eagles sticking with him here. As Shuck will get set to hit for Champlin Park here in this 5th inning. And Grace does have a fairly busy week too. You know, they got, after today, they've also got games Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Driving this one well out to right center, and drifting back and sticking with it there was Clydesdale. So Shuck gives it a ride, but he is out to begin the 5th. 1 gone now, and Evan Hammonds will be the batter here for Champlin Park. Hammonds, bouncer to short and a fly to center in his first 2 times up. Looks at a strike here. Ripped, and that'll be in for a base hit. He drives it strong up the middle. 1 out single here for Hammonds, and Owen DeLong will be the batter now for Champlin Park. See, he strikes this ball very well up the middle, and no chance obviously for Siegel to even think about making a play on that one. So DeLong, who's reached on an error and singled, has had a pretty productive day in that number 7 slot in the order and scored both times he's been up. Throw to first. Molitor had to go up and get that one. I think he almost kind of caught Hammonds leaning a little bit there and had to scramble back in, but the throw was quite high. And this one is smoked to second, catch made, and no chance to double him up as Blake hauling it in. Good alert base running though by Hammonds to be in a position where he could get back on that one. So well hit, but well played in the field there by Blake. And Caswell will be the batter now for Champlin Park. Another look, there's Hammonds, just took 1 step, but he was able to get back. Caswell, the batter now for the Rebels. Runner is going, pitches up high, throw down is in time. We saw Golden, a good arm earlier, and he's able to throw a speedy base runner and Hammonds out. So the Rebels are done in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and courtesy of that throw out, no one left on base. After 5 innings, it's 4-1 Champlin Park.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And we go to inning number 6 here at Champlin Park as Hammond's caught stealing there, and I'm not 100% sure I would agree that he was out there, but close play, and Eagles get the call, and so we go to inning number 6. Molitor, Mraz, and Haas getting set to bat for Totino-Grace. They're 3-4-5 hitters, so they're going to come back in this one. They certainly got a good part of the order to try and get that done. Meyer Schmitz has looked good out there for Champlin Park. He'll be working into inning number 6, so third time through the order. Molitor singled last time after fanning in his first at bat. Fouling this one back and out of play. And that one's down low. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the Eagles' first baseman. Out in front of that one is Schmitz took something off. A ball and 2 strikes. Just missed the outside corner with that one. 2-2. And comes back again with the off speed there and gets Molitor out front swinging. So Molitor striking out for the second time today, and 1 gone here in the 6th. Jacob Mraz will be the batter. They look at that one, as you see, is out front of it. Mraz was hit by a pitch his first time up and then struck out, and that time he chased one in the dirt. Tapping that one foul, so Schmitz working ahead in the count here. It's 0-2. If he continues to move along like he has been, it certainly isn't out of the question that we could see Schmitz go all 7 here. Back up the middle, and nice play to field that one and throw him out. Thompson does a nice job. I think he got helped a little bit by that one hitting the back edge of the mound, and it seemed to make just a little bit of a left turn toward the shortstop as he was coming over to field that one, and he's able to get the out at first, and Zach Haas will be the batter. See, Zach is 0 for 2 here so far today, and first pitch swinging fouls that fastball back into the screen. Schmitz, more and more as the game has gone on, too, a nice mix of pitches. I mean, you just get the feeling that whatever Berg signal he's throwing down, that he feels like he can throw it and throw it well. That one way up and out of the zone, and it's 1-1. Inside with that one, 2-1, and Schmitz kind of falling off the mound there a little bit. So here's his 2-1 offering to Haas. To short again. Thompson up with it and throws him out. So a 1-2-3 sixth worked here by Schmitz. Eagles, no runs, no hits, and no one left on. We go to the bottom of 6 here at Champlin Park. Rebels leading at 4-1.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And welcome back here to Champlin Park. A new pitcher for the Eagles as Brennan Blake will move over from second base to the pitching rubber here. And Lucas Reef will come in to replace him as the second baseman. So when we saw Reef throwing earlier, it might very well not have been to come in to pitch, but to play in this spot. So Mraz will work the first 5 innings here for Totino-Grace. And Blake will see what he can do with the Rebels. 8 hits allowed by Mraz, 4 runs, of course. 3 of those were earned. Just walked 1 batter, and the starting pitcher Mraz had a total of 4 strikeouts. So I think for him you'd say good, not great outing, but other than that 4th inning, he pitched pretty well. And gave him some innings too, gave him 5. As we said, they've got games 4 days this week, so I'd like to see that if you're the Eagles. Blake coming in, and Caswell will be back at the plate to begin the bottom of the 6th. Of course, he was up when his teammate Evan Hammonds was caught stealing to end that 5th inning. So Caswell had a single last time up, facing a new pitcher. It's not often that you get to see the different pitcher when you're coming back up to lead. And well, obviously you don't end up hitting twice in a row like this very often, but Blake not a real big guy, but he looks like he can bring it a little bit based on the warm-ups. Takes that one low and away, does Caswell. That one's over for a strike. And there's a soft liner at Molitor. Get the out at first base, so Caswell out to begin the 6th. And we're going to have a pinch hitter coming up now for Champlin Park as Aman Gupta will bat. He takes it for a ball. Slicing it foul. Third base side. And a cut and a miss. Blake keeping that ball down in the zone. And a swing and a miss. So Gupta down on strikes here. Two gone, and now Sam Berg will be the batter as Blake made pretty quick work of Gupta there for that second out. He looks good coming on in relief. Berg had the biggest hit of the game, a 2-run triple in the fourth. Looks at a breaking ball for a strike there. Way outside, Golden with the scoop. Pops this one up. And Reef able to make the catch, so Berg is out. Blake has a 1-2-3-6 coming out of the pen for Totino-Grace. The Rebels in the sixth, no runs, no hits, and no one left. We head to inning number 7 here. Champlin Park continuing to hold a 4-1 lead. It is Champlin Park leading Totino-Grace 4-1 as we head to the top half of inning number 7 here on CCX Sports. Northwest Suburban Conference Baseball here for you on a cool and windy afternoon. Rain before the game, but for the most part have stayed dry through the game. It's gotten a little darker again here though, and I think the Rebels would like to get after them here and try and get out of here with a win as the 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up for Totino-Grace in this top of the 7th, although we could see pinch hitters here. It looks like we will, in fact, for the first hitter anyway. As Schmitz still out there to begin inning number 7, and Jack Dubuque, a senior, is going to bat here for Clydesdale. He will lead off inning number 7, and Meyer Schmitz trying to keep mowing him down. First pitch over for a strike. Clydesdale had fanned twice here, so they'll see what Dubuque can do. And he has a rip and a miss here, and it's 0-2. Side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And there's a called third strike as Dubuque down on strikes to begin the 7th. Schmitz, that sharp break. He's been good. Eibensteiner, the batter now, as he is 0 for 2. Driving this one out to right field and hit well. And that one is going to be extra bases. Throw coming in, not in time, and Charlie will drive a 1-out double here for the Eagles. They are not done yet, that's for sure. Brendan Blake now will be the batter for Grace. Just a third base hit for the Eagles, and their best hit ball of the day, I think it's fair to say there, as kind of turned Caswell around a little bit. I don't think he would have had a shot at that one anyway, even if he had read it perfect. And that went off the umpire's mask, and it's going to allow the runner to move over to third. As Berg did not catch it and it hit the umpire, but good alert base running to still move up on the play. See if we can see this again here. As you'll see, that one goes off the tip of his glove and right square into the mask of the umpire. And that one is up high, so 2-0 now to Blake. Never easy to finish things off, and Schmidt's running into some trouble here in the 7th. This one lifted out to right field, perhaps deep enough to score the run. Nope, they're going to hold him up. And the throw coming in, ooh, and it got away there, but still with the score as is, I think that's smart play certainly to not risk it there if you're Grace. As it turned out, he would have scored, but still not a gamble that you'd want to take there. So 2 outs, and Connor Schusted will be the hitter now for the Eagles. Dug out of there by Berg. I think the danger for Schmitz now, that you kind of want to end with a flourish and maybe a big strikeout here, and might be overthrowing a little bit, and that might have been something that Berg was talking to him about there. And that one squirted away a little bit too. So 2-0 count, top of the order coming up if Schusted's able to keep things going here for the Eagles. Rip and a miss at the 2-0. To say if you're Schmitz right here, you just really don't want to walk the number 9 hitter in particular. I mean, make him put the ball in play. If he's able to get a hit off you, you've still got a 2-run lead. But you just don't want to, extend the inning by putting people on. And that one's low and away, 3-1. Tapper to third. This is going to be a tough play. And the throw is way wide. A run scores. Might have a play at second, though. Here's the throw down, and it is dropped. So it is 4-2. Schusted will reach. Infield hit, I'll call that, and then an error on the third baseman. Really shouldn't have thrown this ball. I don't think there was much chance they were going to get the out here. And he throws it wide, but then they nearly got him at second. Shuck, I think, should have eaten that. You see, he easily had that beat anyway. But then the play down to second, not held. It looked like there was a chance they were going to get the out there, but Gupta not able to bring it in. So runner at second, 4-2. Stephen Golden is the batter. Takes that one inside for ball 1. See, Golden is due. He's 0 for 3 today. That one is a strike.
Let's go, baby. Here you go. This one, Steve. Let's go, baby. I'm out of here, Goldie. Come on, kid.
1-1 pitch. And that one fouled out of play. So 1-2. Schusted doing his best down there to try and distract Schmitz, bouncing around a little bit out there, and also wants to get a good jump, try and score a run. Obviously, he's still not the tying run, but.
Here you go, deep side, come on, down. Let's go. Be tough, out of your goalie. Come on, Steve. Come on. Come on, Steve. Come on, Steven.
1-2 offering here from Schmitz. And he's able to lay off it. It's 2-2. Field down to see if he had swung, but no go. I don't think you, I mean, you don't base your calls on that, but I don't think you want to end the game on a play like that by calling him out on a strike on an appeal like that if you can help it. 2-2 now to Golden. Knocked down to the first baseman. Here's Schmitz covering, and they get the out, and the game is over as Golden out 3-1. Nice pick up there, first base by Rocco, and nice job by Schmitz to get over there and cover. So he throws a complete game, just around 100 pitches as he's able to get the job done here. Gave up a run in the 7th. The Eagles get 1 run on a couple of hits and 1 error, and 1 left aboard. So Champlin Park continuing a pretty strong start to the season here as they move to 5-1 with this victory here today, winning at 4-2 over Totino-Grace. The Eagles now dropping to 2-3. As I said earlier, we had some doubts whether this one would for sure get in, but as it turned out, easily able to do so as the rain stopping in that first innings. Our final score again is Champlin Park 4, Totino-Grace 2. Thanks for joining us for Northwest Suburban Baseball here on CCX.